This is a miracle.
There is no question that there are problems in this country between police and community.
Yes, you are a donkey.
The latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Donkey of the day for Monday, October 28th goes to comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, Trump's senior advisor Stephen Miller, held a whole Trump campaign. Okay, now if you haven't heard, Donald Trump held a rally at Madison Square Garden yesterday. Now, a lot of people were likening this rally to a pro-Nazi event that happened at the Garden in 1939. People would only make those comparisons based on the rhetoric of Donald Trump because there's been other political events at MSG. JFK had a birthday party there. That's when Marilyn Monroe serenaded him. The DNC and the RNC have had conventions there. It's been political events there before, but none of those got compared to pro-Nazi events because the headliner of the events didn't speak like Nazis, okay? Well, you would think that if leading up to the event, people were comparing the event to a pro-Nazi rally. If I was Trump or Trump's campaign, I would probably tell everybody on the bill to go the opposite way of that rhetoric. But that wouldn't be the MAGA way, would it? Tony Hinchcliffe, according to People magazine, was the first speaker of nearly 30 openers, and he let the chopper fly. He hit Latinos, Jewish people, and black people. He was just the opener. Okay, let's listen to what he said about Jewish people and the conflict in the Middle East. We got that read?
When it comes to Israel and Palestine, we're all thinking the same thing. Settle your stuff already. Best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors. You know the Palestinians are going to throw rock every time. But you also know the Jews have a hard time throwing that paper. You know what I'm saying?
Let's listen to what Tony Hinchcliffe said about black people.
The other side's got a lot of crazy endorsements. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more and more like a P. Diddy party. Okay. Okay, that's what you guys want. Heck yeah, it's cool. Black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that, a lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
Let's listen to what he said about Latinos.
It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. It is absolutely wild times. There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
He's wild.
Yo, Trump should have took him off speakerphone. Like, that's the friend you don't put, like, come on.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, what?
Now, here's the thing. I'm all for offensive comedy, okay? I actually love it. I don't have an issue with it. Push the envelope. It has a place. But what's the number one rule of offensive humor? It has to be funny. Hysterical. You have to say to yourself, that was effed up, but man, it was funny. Tony, you wasn't funny. Okay, I was sitting there thinking to myself, he wrote this? Like, it was basic. Felt almost chat GPT-ish, all right? First of all, salute to all the Puerto Ricans out there. Drop on the clues bombs for Puerto Rico, okay?
Wepa!
Y'all are America. If you're not America, you're damn sure in New York, okay?
All day.
Right? New Yorkers love Puerto Ricans. New Yorkers, think Puerto Rico is an exotic and beautiful island because it is. And Puerto Rico is part of America. Am I tripping?
It is.
Okay.
It is. It absolutely positively is.
Tony, you was in there pandering and didn't even know who you was pandering to. Okay? I think the black joke was some crowd work, but everything else, it sounds like he actually gave thought to it, wrote it out, which makes this even worse because it simply wasn't funny. And what I don't get, what I don't understand, and the reason I'm giving out this hee-haw is why. What is the reason? And I'm talking directly to the Trump campaign. You are running a campaign to be the next president of the United States of America. You have to be a president to all people, or at least act like you are. Okay, there was a point where Republican Mack said for every Karen MAGA loses, there is a Julio and Jamal ready to sign up. Now, what that means is that polls show they are losing white women, and polls were showing that they were seeing record numbers in black and Latino men. That has recently changed because I saw an ABC News poll yesterday that showed the vice president, Kamala Harris, winning black men 85%, Hispanic men 63%. So either something she is currently doing is working, or those polls saying black men weren't supporting her were wrong. I lean to the polls were wrong, but let's just talk politics, all right? This was just bad politics yesterday. This is why I say Donald Trump is entertaining on podcasts, okay? Donald Trump is entertaining on podcasts, but he's really bad at politics. At some point, people have to start acknowledging this. He hasn't won a campaign since 2016, and because he's not able to grow his base past MAGA. That's it. Okay, he will always win big with his base, but he can't broaden his support because of stuff like this. Now, his campaign did release a statement. This is what they said. Let's go to ABC 7 New York for the report, please.
Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian and podcaster, and his remarks set off an avalanche of criticism. His comments targeted a critical demographic in a very tight election. Crazy. Analysts anticipate a record 36.2 million Latinos will cast a ballot this year, many of them Puerto Ricans who live in New York and Florida and Pennsylvania. Officials in Puerto Rico responded as well. Jennifer Gonzalez, a Republican running to be the island's governor, called the comments despicable, inappropriate, and disgusting. In Florida, Republican Senator Rick Scott said the joke bombed for a reason. It's not funny and it's not true. Puerto Ricans are amazing people and amazing Americans. Moments ago, Hinchcliffe came to his own defense. He said, "These people have no sense of humor. I love Puerto Rico and vacation there." Now, former President Trump's campaign released a statement tonight saying the joke does not reflect the views of President Trump or the campaign.
No, you can't distance yourself from it now. There is no distance. You put this man on your program. You didn't vet anything he was going to say. You just let him go up there and speak freely. You cannot have it both ways. You can't garner the support of bigots and white supremacists and then distance yourself when the inevitable backlash comes, okay? That wasn't the only thing, though. Trump's senior advisor, Stephen Miller, he said America is for Americans and Americans only. You know who said something similar in 1934? Adolf Hitler, when he said Germany is for Germans and Germans only. Do we have Stephen's comments read?
America is for Americans and Americans only.
That was last night. Once again, 1934, Adolf Hitler. Germany is for Germans and Germans only. Listen, man, why insult any demographic when the election is so tight? And if you want to support Trump as a black person, Latino person, Jewish person, that's your business. But just know you are voting against your own interests. You are voting for a man in a power structure that simply does not respect you. Okay, we've been watching and listening to this kind of rhetoric since 2016. And the words of Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I stand on the fact that Donald Trump does not want to be president of the United States of America. I bet if they cut him some type of deal to where he wouldn't end up in prison, he would walk away because he's doing everything in his power to not win. Now, he's building up an incredible code of racists and bigots that are going to support him to the end, but he's not trying to win this election. And if you are black, Latino, Jewish, any minority, women, if you are any minority, and you're voting for Donald Trump, I have one question. Who taught you to hate yourself? Please give Tony Hinchcliffe and the whole Trump campaign the biggest hee-haw.
All right.
I don't even know, what did Trump say over at the rally?
I ain't hear it.
Honestly, I don't even know. Aside of the dance party with Beyonce, but that was before he got to New York or after he left New York.
No, that was before, after.
Okay.
I only seen a picture. I didn't actually hear him talk.
He probably kept it light. He was like, man, y'all went too hard. You know how when you a DJ and you got a bunch of DJs opening for you and they played all the hits? And it's like, damn, what do I do now?
Yeah, I don't even know what he said. Dang.
We can cha-cha slide.
Cha-cha slide is crazy.
They did that last time, didn't they? Didn't they cha-cha slide before?
I don't know.
I thought he played some music there with cha-cha. Anyway.
Carving watermelons is crazy.
That is wild. All right, well, thank you for that Donkey Today.
Donkey Today is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.